morning, Salam Keluarga Malaysia. You're watching News at 10. I'm Jessica Lee. Making the headlines tonight. Unexpected surge in demand causes fuel shortage in Peninsula. Abu Haji guarantees no Hajj quota abuse or queue cutting. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob has advised motorists to get sufficient rest before embarking on their trips home after spending the Hari Raya Aidilfitri holidays. He said many people had already started their journey to return to work on Monday, leading to congestion on many major highways since yesterday. The Premier expressed hope that everyone will drive carefully and not force themselves, saying that they should stop for a rest before continuing their journey to ensure the safety of their family. Now, speaking at the Borough Parliamentary Constituency Aidilfitri Open House at Laman Kerayong today, he said everyone should practice self-discipline while driving. He also believed that the relevant authorities like the Transport Ministry, Works Ministry, Malaysian Highway Authority and highway operators have long-term plans to overcome the frequent problem of traffic congestion during festival times. Traffic flow started building up a couple of days before Hari Raya on Monday, as people took advantage of the long stretch of weekend and public holidays to go back to their hometowns to celebrate, after being unable to do so for the past 2 years because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The Labour Day and Aidilfitri public holidays prompted many people to take leave and extend their stay back in their hometowns until tomorrow. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister thanked the tens of thousands of Keluarga Malaysia for taking the time to attend the Borough Parliamentary Aidilfitri Open House at Laman Kerayong today. Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri was pleased with the multiracial crowd, including the Orang Asli community who attended the event. The Prime Minister arrived at 9:40 a.m. and spent time greeting and mingling with the people who were from Borough and the nearby districts. 32 food stalls were put up to allow visitors to enjoy an array of Hari Raya dishes and delicacies from the East Coast.
Dari segi makanan yang disediakan ini adalah daripada cawangan-cawangan kampung-kampung. Jadi kampung ini mungkin buat lemang, kampung sebelah mungkin buat rendang, kampung lain buat ketupat. Jadi setiap kampung akan terlibat di dalam program jamuan sambutan Hari Raya ini. Maknanya ini adalah perkumpulan seluruh warga Bera. Kampung-kampung datang kerana dia ada gerai sendiri dan tentu saja penduduk kampung itu akan keluar. Jadi sebab itulah terlihat setiap tahun memang beginilah acara open house ataupun rumah terbuka yang dilakukan di Bera.
In the midst of the Hari Raya excitement, Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri reminded the visitors to continue wearing their face masks when in crowded areas or when taking their food. While enjoying their meals, visitors were also entertained by Raya songs throughout the 5-hour event. A total of 135 fatal road accidents involving 141 fatalities were recorded nationwide throughout the 8 days of Ops Selamat 18. Deputy Inspector General of Police Dato' Razaruddin Hussein said Selangor recorded the highest number of accidents, followed by Johor and Perak, while Perlis reported the least amount of road accidents. According to Dato' Razaruddin, a total of 12,985 road accidents have been reported so far, an increase as compared to Ops Selamat 15 in 2019, which recorded 12,500 accidents. He further noted that most of the fatalities involved motorcycle and pillion riders, with 88 cases. As for fatal accidents involving cars, he said a total of 38 cases were reported, which is also slightly higher than the 34 cases occurred during Ops Selamat 15. Meanwhile, Dato' Razaruddin revealed that the police have issued some 257,808 summonses to traffic offenders throughout the 8 days of Ops Selamat 18. The operation was launched on the 29th of April with the aim to ensure the safety of all road users during the Hari Raya Aidilfitri period. Petrol Dealers Association of Malaysia, or PDAM, has sought to clarify the fuel shortage at service stations across the peninsula as Malaysians took to the social media to complain about being stranded on their return journey after the long Raya holidays. PDAM President Datuk Khairul Anwar Abdul Aziz said the shortage was due to an unexpected surge in demand coupled with massive congestion on highways that caused petrol tankers to be late in reaching service stations. Datuk Khairul Anwar said the fuel tankers also had to ration their supplies at each place as many petrol stations are facing a similar problem. He added apart from service stations on highways, now those along the main roads such as petrol stations heading to the east coast of Peninsula were also out of fuel. He further noted that the fuel shortage is expected to continue until tomorrow and will return to normal once the road travellers reach their destinations. On Twitter, several road users shared their experiences of difficulties in refueling their vehicles after the Hari Raya celebrations due to service stations running out of petrol, especially the cheaper RON 95 petrol priced at RM2.05 per litre. Some stations reportedly only had the more expensive RON 97 petrol priced at RM3.94 per litre. Now, all 123 branch offices of Lembaga Tabung Haji, or TH, nationwide will be open tomorrow. Now, Acting Executive Director of Operations Muhammad Amin Abdul Wahab said the move follows TH's announcement to extend the reply date to the Hajj offer letters to Monday. Explaining further, Muhammad Amin said this is to allow prospective pilgrims for this year's Hajj session to submit their replies to the offer letters along with their medical record books and international passports to any of the TH branch offices nearby. The prospective pilgrims can come to any TH branches nationwide, which will be open from 8:45 a.m. to 4 p.m. He said this is to avoid congestion at TH branches with other depositors who come for other matters in conjunction with the long Hari Raya holidays. He further said TH depositors can also come for savings and withdrawal services, as well as the conversion of accounts from children to adults. Malaysian Hajj pilgrims were notified recently on their success in being selected this year to perform the pilgrimage under the management of the corporation. Now, TH has sent the offer letters in stages starting 25th of April, and prospective Hajj pilgrims need to respond to the offer letter within 7 days from the date it was issued. Malaysia's Hajj quota for this year is 14,306 pilgrims, which is 45% of the previous annual quota of 31,600 pilgrims. Now, in a related development, TH is giving assurance that the Pilgrimage Fund Board has never allowed quota abuse nor the use of cables to jump the queue of performing Hajj in the Holy Land. Deputy Minister in the Prime Minister's Department of Religious Affairs, Dato' Ahmad Marzuq Shari, said such irresponsible actions would only deny the rights of people who have been listed to perform the ritual. Commenting on the waiting list, Dato' Ahmad Marzuq said TH has certain priority criteria in selecting the prospective pilgrims. Therefore, he said those in the waiting list would not be offered to perform the ritual if there is no additional quota or if the individuals already selected by TH have no problems to go to Mecca and perform Hajj. Dato' Ahmad Marzuq also advised prospective pilgrims for Hajj and Umrah to comply with the current instructions and standard operating procedures, or SOPs, set by the Saudi Arabian government. An express bus driver was detained after he was tested positive for cannabis in an operation held in conjunction with Hari Raya Aidil Fitri at the Malacca Central Bus Terminal last night. Malacca Road Transport Department, or JPJ Director Muhammad Firdaus Sharif, said the 38-year-old substitute driver employed by an express bus company at the terminal was arrested by the National Anti-Drug Agency, or AADK, after he failed a urine test at 9:30 p.m. According to Muhammad Firdaus, the man was supposed to drive an express bus from Malacca to Kedah, scheduled at 10 p.m. yesterday. He said the express bus company immediately replaced him with another driver to ensure that passengers reach their destination safely according to the scheduled time. He explained that the driver had been under AADK surveillance in Kedah for a drug offence, and he came to Malacca after he was called to replace another bus driver. Muhammad Firdaus also said during the operation, a total of 122 express bus drivers were screened and 326 express buses were inspected.
Untuk makluman, antara yang utama kita dapati kesalahan adalah CDL tak buat tempoh lah, ataupun lesen memandu komputer yang tak buat tempoh lah. Kita dapat ni, kita dapat 40 kesalahan lah. Dari segi notis, kita keluarkan sebanyak 215 notis telah dikeluarkan lah pada tempoh ini sampai ke 5 bulan, dan 4 buah kenderaan yang telah disita lah.
Up next, children should be protected with vaccine before deadline.
Why do we tell you stories?
Relevant,
New,
efficient,
accurate.
reliable. We bring you extraordinary stories from around the world, from politicians, bankers, and even your favorite celebrities. This and many more on RTM's English News.
Welcome back. Health Minister Khairy Jamaluddin has called on parents to take the opportunity to protect their children from the COVID-19 outbreak, as the registration for the first dose of vaccine under the National COVID-19 Immunisation Programme for Children, or PICKIDS, will be closed on 15th of May, a mere 8 days away. Khairy said in a Twitter post that parents should take the opportunity to protect their children from COVID-19, multi-system inflammatory syndrome in children, and other complications due to infection. According to him, the vaccine is proven to be safe, with more than 1.5 million children have been vaccinated in the country. Now, based on the COVID Now website, a total of 1,542,513, or 43.4% of children aged between 5 and 11 have received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine as of yesterday. A total of 894,826, or 25.2% of children from the age group have been fully vaccinated, while 2,896,056, or 93.1% of adolescents aged between 12 and 17 have received both doses. Another 2,993,641, or 96.2% of teenagers have received the first dose of the vaccine. The COVID-19 Immunisation Task Force for Children previously announced that the first dose under PICKIDS would no longer be offered after the 15 May deadline due to low demand, which could lead to high vaccine wastage. Now, after the deadline, only the Sinovac vaccine will be offered for a fee. PICKIDS cannot be extended as it involved the expiration date of the vaccine, the delivery schedule from the manufacturer, as well as efforts to procure more antiviral drugs. The Terengganu government intends to upgrade the existing 25-year-old undersea pipeline that supplies treated water to Pulau Redang, as it is often broken, resulting in unscheduled water supply disruptions. Now, State Infrastructure, Public Facilities, Utilities and Green Technology Committee Chairman Dr. Muhammad Puteh said an allocation of 120 million ringgit is needed to carry out the repair work to replace the underwater pipeline along the 23-kilometre stretch. Elaborating further on the matter, Dr. Muhammad said the pipeline is often broken recently and causes unscheduled water supply disruptions to the residents on the resort island, as well as some consumers in the Setiu district. He further said every time there is a broken section, residents lose almost 50% of clean water supply, and the state government also has to incur high repair costs of 70,000 ringgit. Hence, he said the upgrading work is crucial as a long-term solution. He also said every time there is a case of broken section along the pipeline, Syarikat Air Terengganu Sdn Bhd or SATU has to reduce the pressure to prevent wastage and more water from coming out. Now, this will cause consumers living in the areas to face water supply disruptions due to the very low pressure. According to Dr. Mahmad, broken sections are becoming more frequent, and the latest was reported 2 weeks ago. Onto local football, Kedah Darul Aman KDA FC missed the opportunity to go to the top of the Super League when they suffered a shock 3-2 home loss to Melaka United last night. In a match played at the Darul Aman Stadium in Alor, the Canaries opened the scoring with a ferocious strike by Cameroonian import player Ronald Nga in the 20th minute after being played through by Muhammad Shafiq Ahmad. Melaka, however, took only 3 minutes to draw level through Ifedeyo Olusegun, the Nigerians' first goal for the Sang Kancil squad this season. In the 37th minute, Muhammad Shafiq put Kedah ahead again with strike from outside the penalty box, but Melaka came back strongly in the second half and levelled the score again with a Emmanuel Oti goal in the 79th minute, following an error by Kedah custodian Muhammad Ifwat Akmal Chekasim. Ifedeyo emerged Melaka's hero in added time in the 92nd minute when he headed in Nosharu Iglan Talaha's cross to cap a fine comeback win for the visitors. Meanwhile, in Kuching, Negeri Sembilan jumped to the top of the table after recording a 2-1 win over Sarawak United at the Sarawak State Stadium. Now, Sarawak, already lingering precariously in the relegation zone, first broke the deadlock through a Boris Kok goal in the 51st minute before the visitors levelled the score via a Harold Goulon penalty in the 64th minute. Just 5 minutes later, D. Devon's squad went ahead through Brazilian import player Matheus Alves, which was enough for Negeri Sembilan to grab all 3 points. Now, the Deers have not lost a single game this season, recording 4 wins and 2 draws. Now, last night's results saw Negeri Sembilan topping the table with 14 points after 6 matches, followed by defending champions Johor Darul Takzim JDT with 12 points after 4 games, Sabah 12 points after 6 matches, and Kedah 12 points after 7 matches. Melaka, on the other hand, pulled away from the relegation zone when they climbed 2 spots to 8th place with 7 points from 6 matches, while Sarawak remained in 11th place with 4 points after 7 games. And that's it for this evening. In our top story, unexpected surge in demand causes fuel shortage in Peninsula. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. I'm Jessica Lee. Thank you for watching.